We got a first look at the 40 Thieves pre-order mission for Assassin's Creed Mirage that seems to take place in the wilderness, which is still a mysterious part of the game that I did get some new info on that I want to share. A lot of new gameplay in this video as well, with no major spoilers, of course. First, the pre-order mission, I was able to interview the narrative director Sarah, and she said that we started from one of the bounty boards in a Hidden Ones bureau. There are many contracts that you can pick up here. A common activity seems to be assassinating a specific target, but we also saw some variants like where Basim has to steal a boat and bring it to a hiding spot. And one contract I got to play had me sneak into a restricted area in search for medicine samples that were marked with a cross on particular jars. Opening the wrong jar though would hurt me, so I had to pay attention. And while there is a note giving you some extra context to the mission, I so far haven't really seen a lot of narrative and story content during these contracts. It should be a bit different for the 40 Thieves pre-order quest though, as we will namely meet Alibaba's daughter, as the mission is of course based on the famous tale that, as usual, Ubisoft will add an original Assassin's Creed twist to. And Luke Stevens showed a bit of the map in his video, and here we actually see the icon that will be used for this mission. So it has a unique icon that we won't see elsewhere. The mission should be of similar structure and length to the Legend of Beowulf mission that we saw in Valhalla that was exclusive to the season pass. That was 30 minutes long. Like, I'm overall curious if we have to take out 40 thieves in this mission. That would be kind of funny, but at least there seems to be a King Thief, as completing this quest will give you the King of Thieves costume, likely worn by the final boss that we have to take out. So this cosmetic is exclusive for people who pre-order the game, but there will of course be a lot of outfits and costumes that you can get by doing a lot of the other side content. Before I tell you about that, the wilderness and way more, if you like the video so far, leaving a like would really help me out, and subscribe to not miss my next Mirage video. There's still a ton coming your way. One side activity has to go after artifacts. Dervis, who we meet early on in the game, he gives Basim simple stealing jobs in Anbar, the town that he grows up in, and then at one point Dervis also decides to move to Baghdad. Now when going around the city you will see these yellow pickpocket icons. Make sure that you find the target and then steal, and if you are successful you get one of Dervis's artifacts. Now as you can see, the quick time event is way harder for these compared to stealing from a regular NPC, so you have to pay extra attention, and if you fail the NPC will know that you were trying to steal and alert nearby guards that will then come after you. There were 4 of these artifacts in Kach, the district I was mostly playing in, but I could not bring them back to Dervis yet. But once you do, you should get resources and also more unique rewards like an outfit and other things. Like, I would not be surprised if it's similar to the artifacts we had to collect in Valhalla, and then with every threshold you got a reward, and in Valhalla you then in the end got a special shield. That shield was from Origins though, so I hope the rewards in Mirage are unique to that game. Also at one point, when I got spotted in a camp, I killed the guards, but then out of nowhere a lady with a sword came up to me and started attacking me. She had quite some health, while regular citizens die pretty quickly. And then when I killed her, Basim said this.
Small, strange shard, yet it weighs heavily in my hand. What is it, I wonder?
So yes, I got this yellow, very Izu-like shard, right? That I could not use yet, but I learned there should be 12 of those in the game in total, with 2 in the Kach district and also 2 in the Harbiye district, as we saw in the behind the scenes video, and we should be able to give them to a friendly character who they did not want to reveal yet. And then we can also get a special reward, like maybe it's something similar to the Izu outfit from Origins or the Izu sword from Valhalla. That would be really cool. And we also have the lost books that I also spotted but did not find yet. Another collectible we can get and then bring back to a character. I would not be surprised if that's Vasil, who we briefly saw in the behind the scenes video as well. Like, Ubisoft is not afraid to talk about Baghdad, but they remain very secretive about the wilderness, the massive area outside of the city that consists of deserts, swamps, has huge palm trees. Again, Luke Stevens in his video showed the map of the game where we see how big it is, like larger than Baghdad, which is pretty wild. I would not be surprised if it's mostly empty spaces, but there are some silhouettes hinting at big palaces and other maybe abandoned buildings that we can explore if we go there. And I would imagine and hope that we would find some secrets there. The new PC trailer did hint at a potential Hidden Ones bureau hidden in the wilderness, maybe similar to the ones we found in Valhalla that were all under large cities. Here we could find notes of Hidden Ones that were operating in England but also left before Eivor arrived. And you could find some cool rewards in these bureaus as well, so maybe that will also be the case in Mirage. Oh, and expect to encounter animals in the wilderness as well, always the most unpredictable enemies in the RPG games, and now with a weaker Basim that will die from a few hits, I think they will be even more annoying, especially because we also don't have a bow to take them out and can of course not assassinate them. Also good to note is that the notoriety system does not extend to the wilderness. Kinda makes sense that of course the guards are only protecting the city, but this does mean that we should not worry about mercenaries coming to hunt us when exploring the desert. And I also asked the narrative director Sarah if the Tales of Baghdad would be in the wilderness. And because it's like a Tale of Baghdad, I would imagine there's nothing in the wilderness like that.
Haha. I wouldn't say anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah, because the wilderness is something we try to let people discover.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it looked really big, so I'm curious to discover that. Again, they remain pretty secretive about this part of the game. I really hope it lives up to it. But yeah, we do have examples of the Tales of Baghdad that you will just stumble upon when exploring the city, as they won't immediately appear on your map. But when you are close, you will see this icon indicating that a Tale of Baghdad is close. Like I met Neji, who is one of Mentor Rayon's informers. We see him on Reddit here wearing a very cool but also familiar robe for if you played the final Assassin's Creed Valhalla update. You can still get it, by the way, by playing the Raven and the Cuckoo mission, which actually a small teaser for Mirage, and then at the end you get this really cool outfit for Eivor. Like I would not mind if they actually brought this to Mirage as well. I think Basim can rock it pretty well too. But going back to the Tale of Baghdad, so this informer tells Basim that he asked the mentor for a more difficult task and now had to follow 2 corrupted guards that are a bit too much for him alone. So you can help him by going for the assassination, which the easy way, but I was mostly focused on trying the combat, as we have not seen a lot of that in Mirage yet at that point. So, pretty fun fight. Then I had to talk to Neji again, and I actually had a choice. So this informer totally helped me out quite a lot, but also would have totally failed without me. So I could say that that wasn't bad, or maybe that this isn't your thing. So this purely for roleplay, to get a different response from a character you will probably not see again, but I like that they added this, while of course the main story won't have any dialogue options. So I think I was actually the only one that discovered that mission and played it, but in gameplay from Jack Frags we see that he encountered another one of these Tales of Baghdad by overhearing some children talk. Turns out one of their friends climbed this tower, so we as Basim can decide to go look, which results in a cool like small parkour puzzle. And then it turns out that the kid did not go up here to impress his friends, but for the Hidden Ones.
I did not do it for them. I did it for the Hidden Ones.
The Hidden Ones.
Not everyone believes in them, but I do.
Not realizing that Basim is a Hidden One standing next to him. In this moment it's pretty obvious, but of course if you were rocking a different outfit it did not make much sense, so that's probably why they left it open like this. So now we have to perform the leap of faith to show the kid how it's done, and also so he gets the courage to do it himself. But yeah, that doesn't go as planned. Luckily, the kid is still alive at the end, and this overall really reminds me of how young Basim jumps into a haystack as well. Like, you will really have to learn to do the leap of faith early in the game, which is kinda cool. So yeah, these small activities are of course really comparable to the blue dotted mysteries from Valhalla. I do think there will be way less in Mirage though, as there's only one of these in the Kach district, and I saw that there were only 2 in Abbasiyeh, and I wasn't able to see it for the other districts, so I don't think we should expect a lot of these. Subscribe to not miss my next Mirage video. I still got a ton coming your way in the coming days, and of course we'll have a ton of tips and tricks and spoiler-free other videos around the release. A like would really help me out, and check out my previous video with a similar sort of like info roundup on new outfits and way more. You can watch it by clicking on the screen. I will see you in that one if you haven't watched it yet, and otherwise, goodbye.